All right, so Paige Christie. All right, get it right, guys. Paige Christie made this video. It's called "Broken: The Disturbing Story of Patrice Wilson." Now, I only know who Patrice Wilson is through Ethan. He helped Rebecca Black make the Friday song. Ethan spoke of him rather, in an inappropriate way. Well, I don't know if it's inappropriate or not, but in a way where he's not a great guy. We'll get more into it. I suppose in this video. And people were like sending me this video. A lot of people have been asking me to send to review this video. I heard it was a banger, and so that's what we're gonna do right now. Let's do it.
Accusations of serious criminality, especially those of alleged sexual wrongdoing, are often proven convictions by the court of public opinion because the stigma is so severe, but also because definitively proving innocence in an alleged sexual assault case is often impossible. It seems as if for those wrongfully accused, the effects can be devastating, even when allegations don't lead to any criminal sanctions or convictions. Some allegations don't go beyond an informal complaint, but they can still affect somebody's employment status or even their standing within the community. Significant damage can be done to alleged perpetrators in circumstances when there have been no finding of guilt. In recent years, we have witnessed a cultural shift towards believing allegations of abuse, and the general consensus is now in favor of believing somebody who presents themselves as a victim.
Which the narrative really should be like, listen to all potential victims, listen to everything, and try to listen in an unbiased way. The thing you need to do is listen and take into consideration that listen to what everybody has to say. And keep in mind, though, that there are always two sides to the story. But, sometimes listening to somebody's, claim isn't even necessarily about going after the person that's the target of the claim. Or rather, it doesn't need to be. Let's say somebody makes a claim and, you're like, oh, I can't verify this. But you could still listen to what they have to say and be empathetic to what they felt. Even if the way that they felt isn't necessarily based on the situation, coming out of it, the way that they felt might not be fully valid. I know this is a weird thing to say. Or it may not fully match the situation. If a guy and a girl are together and a girl felt really, really afraid, but the guy's never done anything wrong, that doesn't mean the guy's a bad guy because she interpreted it that way. But that doesn't mean that we can't listen to her and be like, well, the fear that you had is valid. At the very least, we can acknowledge that and be empathetic to that without trying to damage the other person. So sometimes it's not listening to allegations. They don't need to be about going after a person. Sometimes they just need to be about somebody venting. Obviously though, some people weaponize them, but
This has created a catch-22 situation wherein being alert to the needs of those who claim to be victims can adversely have the effect of overlooking those who are victims of wrongful allegations.
Yeah, and you want to know what too is that a lot of times when we find somebody had lied about something as a society, we will very heavily we will be saying, oh, see, all women just lie, and then all of a sudden, or all victims or survivors or potential survivors, they're just all liars and we can't listen to them. It's like a slippery slope where, unfortunately, with the whole Ethan thing that's going on right now, he's causing people to be invalidating of others' real experiences because now they're like, well, look, you signal boost somebody who lied, you're being irresponsible, and now I'm just going to assume everybody lies,
But what if, in the trial of public opinion, it presented no actual real victims of abuse? What if it was an emotionally charged rumor that was used and presented in a way to make the perpetrator seem more cunning and calculated?
Listen, don't tell me, oh, you're still on this level in balloons. This is the boss. This is the elite level boss in balloons. I've gotten to stage 4 of 5, okay? This is hard, okay? Don't criticize me. I'm trying my damn best, okay? Today's the last day before this expires. I'm trying so hard.
Calculated. And what if the person presenting the sexual misconduct allegations is a self-professed commentator and comedian who likes to present them in a jovial way? Is the impact and destruction to one's life still the same? Well, in the case of Patrice Wilson, he has never ever really been able to recover from the allegations that Ethan Klein made about him.
Has he even spoken about it? Serious question. Has he even spoken about it? I wonder.
His alleged interest and intent with minors, and effectively destroyed his mental health, his finances, his business, his career, and his livelihood, effectively rendering him helpless. Well, today I would like to discuss what happened starting nearly 9 years ago, and how Ethan Klein has effectively ruined the life of music producer and content.
He made a whole series about it? Really? Wow, I had no idea. To the point where I'm ruining my economy in this game.
In my video essay, Broken. The disturbing story of Patrice Wilson.
Wow. That's horrible.
Patrice Wilson.
You think that you got the right to judge me?
Let me tell you something, bro. When it rains, it pours. Holy, like Ethan's getting slammed. I wonder if Ethan realizes that like he's hit the height of his career and he's on a downward slope, and it's a matter of time before he does something that really blows him up in a negative way, and he effectively assassinates his ability to work for himself, but also for his employees. Like he's setting the stage to basically get his employees fired. I honestly, they're going to be out of a job because he's just such a bad content creator. I don't know what to say. He's just bad. You think Dan is trying to quit? Really? It's okay. I don't know. I don't watch him. Ethan's on maintenance mode. You ever have a video game like World of Warcraft that you love a lot, and then the game just starts to kind of get bad and stagnant? That's Ethan right now. It's like Ethan is literally Team Fortress 2. Okay, he's just like, you know, he's just kind of, you know, he's on maintenance mode basically.
Guarantee we clip one random video, and he's gonna be on the ground, rolling around, touching and tickling with a little girl.
I know you wanna hear me plead. Do whatever you need. Okay, me so I can be free. I dealt with cheats, snakes, and leeches that came around. Couldn't make a sound. Down the paper with the legal round. They were saving me and told me that we dead till I drown. I was swimming with the sharks and I found solid ground. I was so naive. I got screwed. I got broke. You took me after token 5 years later. I'm your hope. Yo, what's breaking it down? Campaign the rent, breaking it down. The IRS is breaking it down. Sustaining my status is breaking it down. Living the fake life in Hollywood is breaking it down. It's time to break the persona down. Keeping it real. Who pay my big bill? You think it's the voice behind the deal? I overcharge in the state. I bring people up. I said, oh God, who is just? He is lifting me up. I said, oh God, who was trust? Who was giving me up?
Patrice Wilson.
Today's video is
So I guarantee you that intro is going to be DMCA and it's just not going to exist, and you guys are going to be watching the YouTube video and you'll be like, what are you talking about? What intro that got DMCA'd? That's what's
is proudly sponsored by NordPass.
People keep saying Hassan made Ethan go downhill. Stop saying that, okay? Because what you're doing is you're giving Ethan a pass for like his shitty rhetoric. He's making the conscious decision to be a bad content creator at this point. So don't say, oh, Hassan's fault. Hassan is also a terrible content creator, but Ethan's making the choice himself. No one's holding a gun to his head. Don't blame Hassan for Ethan's fucking abysmal content, sphere. His abysmal, directional change in content. It's just not like it's Ethan's making his decision. This is the decision he's making. Okay, he doesn't care. He doesn't care.
Now, if you are anything like me, you definitely use about 1 to 4 or possibly even 5 different passwords across all of your social medias.
I do. My password is SpongePoop542. Shit. All right, there's the link, guys. NordVPN, sponsors. I don't have them, so.
Patrice Wilson is a Nigerian-American record producer, singer, songwriter. He is popularly known as the writer for Rebecca Black's Friday. His mother is of Irish descent and his father is Nigerian. He would spend his time between Nigeria, America, as well as Britain whilst growing up, which kind of explains his very displaced accent. He began singing in his mother's Christian church choir, and he frequently organised talent shows at his school in Africa. At age 17, he toured with Malayan Slovak pop star Ibrahim Maiga in places such as the Czech Republic, Poland, Slovakia, as well as other European countries. In an interview with Believer magazine, Patrice talks about his entrance into the music industry. He states, I started doing it, producing music, in Nigeria in the church studio and a bit in London. They'd record me, but I have no idea how engineering worked until I went to Slovakia. In Slovakia, I met Ibrahim Maiga. Okay. He was a Slovak superstar from Mali. I saw him on TV and I was like, cool, a guy from Mali in Slovakia working in music. I never really thought much about it. But then I was walking down the street and he pulls by my car. And at the time in Slovakia, there wasn't many black people. There were maybe like 6 or 7 black people in the whole country.
Wow.
So seeing another black person was like, hey, hey, wow, how are you doing? So we talked and he was like, do you sing? And I said, yeah, I sing, I rap. So he gave me his card and asked me to come to the studio. After working with Ibrahim Maiga and seeing behind the scenes, touring with him, playing for like 5,000 people, being on Slovak TV, I thought, this is pretty cool, and I wanted to make it bigger. At the time I was going to school and I was really into track. I was a 100-meter sprinter and I was prepping to be in the Olympics for Sydney 2000. I actually got approved to be in the Olympic Games. I had a Russian coach and things were going really well. Then I decided, okay, I gotta leave my school. I gotta leave track and the Olympic Games and I gotta get to the States and pursue music. What do I want more? Music or staying here and being a track star and making music in Slovakia? I decided in 1999 that I'd moved down here to the States. I was going to college here and that's why I moved here. He was an aspiring star with lots of potential and was beginning to develop quite the resume. As Ibrahim Maiga was a huge star within Europe, he must have seen something in him to have hired him as a backup singer. And that is an entrance into the music industry that most people don't even get to achieve in their lifetimes. So it's clear that music was his ultimate passion and he was reasonably good at it. Patrice Wilson attended school in Europe and was an aspiring athlete, training under the supervision of a professional coach for a possible chance of representing Nigeria.
Yo, this sounds a lot like my life. These are true about mine. I wonder if he stole my life and my identity, because this is exactly the way that my life panned out for a while. So it's really interesting.
In the Sydney 2020 Olympics. In Believer magazine, Patrice stated, I was supposed to represent Nigeria in the Olympics. My coach was Russian and he was a world record holder in the triple jump. I was really fast. I could have gone through with it. Maybe I would have won a gold medal, but I didn't do it. A gold medal's a gold medal, but music is music. And that's always been my number one passion. It's clear that
that's like angsty teenager energy, you know? It's like, I'm really good in math, Dad, but I don't want to do it. I want to be a fucking musician, Dad. You don't understand. You don't understand how the fuck I can feel right now. That's kind of the energy I'm picking up here a little bit. I'm just being a little goofy.
That music was his ultimate dream and passion, so he went on to pursue it. In 1999, he moved to the United States where he mixed his Nigerian flair with new age hip-hop. The music of this time was very reminiscent to me of people like Jay Sean and Tayo Cruz.
I don't know who any of these people are, bro. Does that make me racist? Nah, it's probably a lot of other things that make me racist. It's not a face, Mom!
But shortly after this solo stint, Patrice then decided to move on to producing for other people besides himself. And he produced for a lot of potential artists. And with the help of Clarence J, that birthed Arc Music Factory.
Okay. Very cool.
Arc Music Factory was founded in 2010 by Clarence J as well as Patrice Wilson and was based in Los Angeles in California. It was called Arc due to Patrice's relationship with Christianity. In May of 2011, Clarence J did eventually leave Arc to pursue his own solo projects. Meanwhile, later in 2011, Patrice Wilson established Pato Music World, previously known as PNW Live, which he describes as a concept for every artist out there to have a shot and a chance they deserve to live up their dream and to get a taste of the music industry. The first audition.
Well, he definitely held true to that because Rebecca Black was able to have a rather compelling career. So, you know. Bro, you know what I didn't think about? How do you think it made the parents of like Rebecca? Because it didn't seem like there's any substance to what this guy was doing. He was just like, this is the best you could say about his videos from what I remember, but they were like a little cringe and like, you know, they were just like a little cringe. And like this guy was like working with kids though, and I imagine the parents are like, ew, I don't want to work with you anymore because these allegations. That had to have, I mean, I imagine that's what happened. If his whole life was ruined from what he's saying, which I believe it, these type of accusations can really mess you up.
And turned up approximately 30 applicants, of which they signed 10. The services that ARC offered centered around...
Because if you're a parent and you hear allegations like that, like, it, you know, unless you, like, it makes sense to be like, hey, listen, I'm sorry, but I don't feel comfortable. What do you do as a parent? You know what I mean? Like, what do? You can't, you're trying to keep your kids safe. So even if it's not substantiated, you know, you're like, I'm really sorry, but like, you know, I have to do what I feel is the best for my kid, man.
on the discovery and recruitment of new talent and new artists. Artists paid initially between $2,000 to $4,000 and then would be provided with a song that was written and produced, a music video, as well as promotion. There were essentially two packages, and the first package, the $2,000 package, would include all of the aforementioned services, and the $4,000 package would include the recording artist getting to own the master recordings, whilst ARC retained all the publishing rights and sales for the song. By 2014, after the success and virality of some of Patrice Wilson's songs, the price then did increase to $7,500. And that package would include being set up with a team of songwriters, an image consultant, a music video, as well as a press release. Also, the artist would then get to release the video on their own YouTube page. This is important because Patrice Wilson would eventually get himself in a legal dispute in which the publishing rights and sales of the songs it is that he produced would come into question, but more on that later. In an interview with Believer magazine, Patrice talks about what he thinks makes a viral song. He states, "All the songs I write have something in common. They're catchphrases. The key to becoming popular is to keep it very simple and have repetitive words. If you have a simple word and you stay with that simple word, people might think it's cheesy, like, that's the stupidest song I've ever heard, but subconsciously you're singing a song in your head. Even if I'm the guy who's known for..."
True, dude. Can I tell you how much I sing Mug-Blooded American in my real life? I'm not kidding. Console, I'm a mug-blooded American, you hear? It's in my whole, it's the dumbest song ever, but it's like I just can't stop singing it. So
writing the worst songs in the world, at least I'm still known. Patrice had a total of 3 songs go viral. In this interview, Patrice was actually questioned further as to whether he thinks that the insanely corny and cheesy songs were making a mockery of the young people who were singing them. This is what he had to say. "After Friday, I had an option. I could have changed my style. I could have gone and done top 40 more serious stuff, but there's no way. Unless you're signed to a major label, if you want to release a Rihanna-style song, it requires millions of dollars. I had the option to do something different, but I decided I'm already known for Friday. It's impossible to change. Even if it sounds goofy or that people don't like it, well, somebody likes it. People are still talking about it, and it's too late to change now, so I'm not going to work at Sony Music." However, it seems that winning viral formula of catchy, stupid songs had arisen in the era of other viral songs, such as Gangnam Style, that launched the careers of music stars such as Psy. But it would all come crashing down when ARC Music Factory would find themselves in a potential lawsuit against Rebecca Black and her family, which would ultimately start the discussion of child exploitation.
Why'd that happen, I wonder? If I die here, I'm gonna be so upset. Holy shit.
After Friday went viral, a legal battle commenced between ARC Music Factory and Rebecca Black's family. Georgina Marquez Kelly, Rebecca Black's mother, accused ARC Music Factory of copyright infringement as well as unlawful exploitation of publicity rights. On March 2011, a letter was sent from the Blacks' attorney over to ARC Music Factory, stating that they—
The Blacks' attorney? Hey, he's a black man. He's not just a black. What the fuck, Paige? What the fuck? That's fucked up. What the hell, Paige?
They had failed to provide them with the master recordings for the song, as well as the music video, and have been exploiting her on YouTube, iTunes, Amazon, and ARC Music Factory's website, as well as releasing an unauthorized Friday ringtone. In an interview with Rolling Stone, Patrice denied almost all of the allegations, stating, "I have met with Rebecca Black's mom and everything is fine. She will get the masters to the song and they can have it all." He further states, "She is not our exclusive artist," said Wilson. "Once an artist meets with us and once they blow up, they have the choice to retain us or move on if they can. Rebecca is now signed with somebody else." Wilson added that he will remove Black from the ARC Music Factory website. Basically, Rebecca Black's parents are stating that they paid the $4,000 package and not the $2,000 package. So therefore, they were entitled to their masters. Rolling Stone reported, Marquez Kelly paid ARC $4,000, not $2,000, as has been widely reported, to produce the song. And according to Charles' letter, which is their lawyer, the agreement that she signed with ARC in November stipulates that Black has 100% ownership and control of Friday, including the master recording and the music video. But ARC's lawyer, Barry Rothman, cast doubt on the validity of the November agreement. The agreement was not court approved. Rothman said. They say they own the composition. Nothing could be further from the truth. If they go forward and license it or attempt to copyright it in their name, that would be copyright infringement, and we'd act accordingly under the circumstances. He added, "We are not prepared to engage them in producing documents just because they want them, without a court order or litigation. We'd like to see Rebecca Black's career go forward, and we're trying to accomplish that within the context of working through the legalities." So basically what was sent to them was the equivalent of a C&D, or what we would call over here in the UK, a pre-action protocol. No legalities had actually commenced at this point. Rebecca Black's family were essentially asking for any kind of contractual proof that they signed anything stating that they were not entitled to the copyright, the masters, or licensing. However, Clarence J's lawyer was basically maintaining that the burden of proof was actually on them to provide their own documents to show exactly what it was that they signed, to which we are led to believe did not happen. It's been confirmed by Patrice Wilson himself, the other half of Arc Music Factory, that he would often operate without a contract and on a handshake basis, and hoping that the families...
That's still a contract, but it's like, how do you verify that contract? That's why you're better off with like a written contract. That's kind of his nay-nay there. I guess the way that they would do it is to prove that they sent him for $4,000 or whatever. But can they?
Him back on an installment plan, and many times he would have to front the money himself and hope for the best.
Parents we worked with were not millionaires. They were parents who would make monthly payments. I would have to fund the project sometimes and hope that they would make their payments later on.
Well, this is just bad business practice, but it's probable that there was no contract in place at all. When Rebecca Black worked on Friday, Rolling Stone continues. Wilson's Arc Music Factory partner, Clarence J, contended that Arc did act as a record label for Black and distributed and promoted her with her mother's consent until it became clear that Black was going to make actual money. Now they're turning around and saying they were exploited, but clearly that was not the case when they were thanking me for forwarding...
I mean, even if they were like exploited, I feel like they would be exploited by the parents, no? Like you're forcing your kid to do stuff like that. I don't know. That's a whole conversation. I mean, a lot of kids would probably like to do that kind of stuff, but wow, crazy. I wonder if this had the greater impact on like Patrice Wilson's career, like this negative interaction with these pieces of shit. Oh, I passed it. I was able to get through this. Nice. I wonder.
Them all the interviews with Rebecca and all of the positive comments from YouTube, said Jay. I was calling Australia on my cell phone, pretending to be Rebecca's agent and setting up radio interviews for Rebecca while Georgina was right next to me. If she thought that I was exploiting this, she could have said it. Georgina's trying to get the rights to things that she doesn't have the rights to, said Arc's creative director, Barry Wayne. So basically, the creative director, Barry Wayne, who most likely would have worked on the visual concept and direction for Friday, is also maintaining that his work is not property of the Black family. They also suggest that Rebecca Black's family started...
It's never for the Black family, always for the white guys. Am I right, dude? Systemic racism strikes again, bro. Holy shit.
Getting dollar signs in their eyes the moment that they saw that their young daughter was rising to the fame that they had hoped for. We also have to remember that at the time, a lot of people were calling Rebecca Black horrible names on the internet. She was being bullied in real life as well as being cyberbullied online.
It's true.
So much so that Rebecca Black's family actually decided to homeschool her.
Critics and bloggers were harsh.
Damn. All because she was a little cringe? Oh, man. That's terrible. That's actually horrible. They're bullying the shit out of this little girl. Holy shit. Why? Because she was a little bit cringe? Bro, like, I get it. Cringe things are cringe. But, like, fucking Lord Jesus Christ. People are brutal. It's crazy. People are fucking brutal. Too much, guys. Hey, you're doing a little too much, guys.
They're downright mean. Her song Friday is the worst song I've ever heard in my entire life. Even deaf people are complaining.
Walk by.
Wait, was she saying that to her, or was she quoting someone else saying that to her? That was fucked up. That wasn't her, right? She's quoting somebody else. She has to be.
They'll start singing Friday in a really nasally voice.
This spring, the teasing...
You know what's interesting? I feel like back in the day, we had this idea that, like, if you were a celebrity, you needed to, like, deserve it. I know that sounds so weird. Nowadays, like, everybody's a fucking micro-celebrity. Like, look at me. I'm a nobody, but I'm a somebody. You know what I'm saying? I feel like everybody's, like, a fucking micro-celebrity now. And so it's like totally different. Like the standards have dropped. The standards are still pretty high, honestly. But the standards have dropped. But back then it's like, oh my God, you're not the most amazing thing in the entire world. Well, you're a freaking piece of shit. It's fucking something else.
Became so relentless, Rebecca opted for homeschooling. Now her mom also plays the role of teacher.
It's hard to go to school when you are so famous and to have kids constantly making fun of what's going on.
Rebecca Black is a genius, and anyone that's telling her she's cheesy is full of shit.
Today,
Well, no, Rebecca Black is cheesy. Okay, she's not a genius. Oh, she didn't even write the song, by the way. Calling her a fucking genius. Hey, that's actually, that's actually a little weird if you think about it. Why are you complimenting her? She didn't do anything. Anyway, wait, what if I do this? I thought I'd get it there. Anyway, yeah, she didn't create the song, but she's just cringe. But it's okay. You're allowed. It's okay to be cringe. You know.
just might be Rebecca Black who's having the last laugh. This weekend, she won a Teen Choice Award.
Whoa, good
and
for her.
And she sang on stage with her biggest fan, Katy Perry.
It's Friday, gotta get down on Friday.
Now Rebecca, who just turned 14, can't go anywhere without fans flocking. And she's surrounded by her new entourage, a publicist, manager, stylist, makeup artist, and sometimes even a bodyguard.
So it's clear to me this was more about wanting to generate that YouTube revenue rather than wanting the video taken down so that Rebecca Black could return to normality. Now, we could contest that the video is already out there, so why shouldn't the Black family...
Why wouldn't you want to be like more empathetic? If this guy's like, hey, if this you paid this guy like fucking even like $4 grand, $2 grand, and he fucking blew you up, dude. Like, what? I'd be like, God damn, fucking genius, bro. You blew me up on the cringiest song I've ever heard in my entire life. In fact, the negative attention probably did good for you, to be honest with you.
And the revenue from the video. And whilst I can agree to some degree, I was able to watch Rebecca Black's Draw My Life video, where she states that after the original video started generating some virality, the people at Art Music Group called them up and basically said, we can take the video down if you would like and pretend and act as if nothing had ever happened. To which Rebecca Black and her family basically said no.
The people at ARC called and asked if I wanted to take the video down. They said, we can act like nothing ever happened. But I said no. I was definitely not going to let them win that easy.
In this video...
Wow, what a hero. You think that's what happened, or do you think that the parents were like, no, you have to keep it up, Rebecca! We're making millions of dollars, you bitch! You think that one's more likely? Which one? What do you think is more likely?
She also admits that she was aware that Arc Music Factory would be posting this video to their YouTube channel.
So, that October, I went and emailed the company and met with them, and they said that they would love to. Basically, they would write me a song, I would go in and record it, and then they would do the video and upload it. I said, why not? It's my own song. That's cool.
So it seems as if this did not present as an issue prior to, once again, media notoriety. At that point, the parents just wanted the money. Rolling Stone continues.
So it seems like...
Suddenly, everyone's seeing big dollars and everyone's getting greedy, and it sucks, said Jay, who claims that his team wrote the music and lyrics to Friday. My team just needs to be looked after to some extent. They need to be compensated for something. He argued that Black should own the master recording for her vocals, but Arc should have the copyright to the song and composition. We gave Rebecca 10% of the publishing, but she didn't even write a lyric. Good Morning America came over and I paid $400 for a makeup artist, and nobody even thanked me for that. In the end, Patrice decided to hire his own lawyer, and Jay alleges that
that's
Patrice
a good thing, bro, because like some people are like, I'm not gonna hire a lawyer. That's probably like the worst mistake you could ever make in your entire life, dude. You're gonna get fucking rolled.
Access to the Arc Music Factory website. Jay states, yesterday, we were supposed to have a meeting at my attorney's place. I didn't hear from him all day. He sent me a text message late at night saying, sorry brother, I've had a busy day. In the meantime, he's going around saying that I'm not with ARC. Basically, despite the presence of a contractual agreement being produced on either side, Patrice took the initiative to essentially ice out Clarence J and give the Black family whatever they wanted. Because at that time, the narrative was being spun that Patrice Wilson was exploiting kids. When the fact of the matter is that a video of that quality at that time was worth so much more than they had paid. They wrote the song, they produced it, paid for studio.
Was the quality that good? I'm not saying it wasn't expensive. I'm just saying, was it that good of a quality? You know what I'm saying? Like, was it that good? Can we say that for sure, guys? Okay.
Time film directed it, set design, editing, runners, makeup artists, hairstylists. Clarence J believed that they were the rightful copyright holders for the work that they had done, as all Rebecca had to do was show up, sing, and film. And even knowing all of this, Rebecca Black was still given 10% of the publishing rights to the song that she never wrote a word of. And Rebecca Black confirms this in a Letterman interview.
Now, did you pick the song? Or how does that work? How does it work?
They sent me a song,
right.
And it was about like being a guy's superhero and all that. but I'm 13, so.
Yeah. They sent me a song, and the first song was a song called Superwoman, about being some boy's superwoman. And at that point, I had just finished up my first relationship that lasted 3 days, and I broke up with him because I was too afraid to talk to him. So that clearly wasn't going to be the song that I was going to sing.
In June 2011, the Friday video was removed from Arc Music Factory's YouTube channel and was copyright struck by Rebecca Black's family, which was confirmed by a spokesperson for Rebecca Black's family. We can confirm that we submitted a takedown notice to YouTube as a result of the disputes we have with Arc Music regarding the Friday video. 3 months later, it was then re-uploaded to Rebecca Black's own channel. Now, for those of you who are in the know, in order for YouTube to uphold a copyright takedown notice, which is ultimately what the Black family decided to do, all the Black family have to do is prove to YouTube by showing their paperwork that they are pursuing litigation. YouTube will then remove the video indefinitely until a formal judgment has been made. So I personally don't believe that the Black family had any intention of suing Arc Music Factory. I believe that they wanted to take down the video and repost it whilst they came to an agreement, allowing them to make the AdSense money from a widely popular song that at the time was generating millions of views weekly.
Probably.
Patrice has always worked with children and even ran a youth ministry.
It's like an uncomfortable statement, you know? That's not like actually bad. It's just like, oh, you know? Okay.
In Nigeria. Therefore, it's always been important for him to keep his music clean. In Believer magazine, he stated, "I decided I was going to keep it clean. I did that one that was a little bit sexier, but I pulled it down right away. But I want kids to listen to my songs." This was in response to a video it is that he did with young talent Alison Gold for a video called Shush Up, which was widely criticized for the young person's outfit as well as the video subject material. The video depicts Alison Gold as a convict getting corporal punishment. People saw the video as raunchy mainly because of the adult dancers who were dancing suggestively, even though the song lyrics themselves weren't raunchy at all.
Well, I still think that's very inappropriate, I will say. Just putting in my 2 cents, little suspicious, like a character from the popular hit video game Among Us. I'm just gonna say that. Yeah, no, I think that's fucking weird as hell, though. How many of these do I want? Oh, no, I can only get one. Duh. What am I doing? What am I talking about?
It's obvious that these children can't sign any kind of legally binding contract. So it brings up the question as to whether it's the parents who are exploiting their children in some cases. And Patrice was asked in Believer magazine as
to... That looks like a fucking Cuties review. What the hell, bro? It's fucked up.
Whether he's seen certain parents push their kids into doing certain things. He said this: "Many times I've had conversations with parents before we even record a song, before we even get into the studio." He encourages for parents to do their own research, to Google him, to check out the videos, and to make sure that they are 100% comfortable with Patrice representing them. He says, "You want to know that people are not going to say nice things. Rebecca Black had to leave school, so you have to consider that. No matter what you do in the entertainment industry, it has its own issues and problems. It comes with the territory." He mentioned working with like stage moms or stage parents who are desperate for their kids to get famous. And Patrice made sure not to give them any guarantees of fame or virality, but reminds them that oftentimes a lot of views can bring in a lot of hate. It's clear that he gets informed consent for all of the videos it is that he does, hence why his public image and reputation is so important to him, to be known as the kid-friendly music producer. He recalls when Rebecca Black's Friday video ended up going viral due to being posted on the Tosh.0 website, stating that he didn't know what to think. And then the following day, there was a flood of negative comments. He admits that sometimes it does get to him, but you know, he just brushes it off and tries his best to move on. In the interview, when asked the question, why is this guy in his 30s hanging out with these kids playing Monopoly, he goes on to remind people that in all kids' videos, there does tend to be an adult around. He states, "It's being filmed by
so everybody's just irresponsible.
Cameras, and there are a whole bunch of parents standing around and watching it." Patrice expresses, "Coming from a Christian background, my ultimate goal was always been to unite the world and to make the world a better place. So I keep that passion I've had since I was young, but I do it through pop music and working with tweens." Patrice recalled that after the release of Friday, that there was a lot that happened and that he never covered himself legally, and he didn't have the paperwork or even a lawyer. He also states that he only received 30% of the writer's credits for the song that he wrote, and then out of nowhere, everybody lawyered up. This is when he decided to ultimately leave Arc Music Group behind and start from scratch again with Pato Music World. world with the intention of making everybody happy around the world despite the criticism. That was until...
Do we actually believe that was like, I want to make everybody happy? I don't know. I feel like people say that. I'm not saying that he's a horrible person. I'm just saying, like, I don't know if I buy it. I'm just trying to make everybody happy, bro. It's a little bit like of a bleeding heart, you know? I'm just trying to make everybody happy, dude. Please. Please. Seems like a nice enough guy. I'm just saying.
H3H3 got involved. That's when things took a severe and dark turn for Patrice Wilson, and it effectively ended his career, which at that point was blossoming with him making multiple TV appearances and finally getting the notoriety it was that he deserved for his creativity, after building Pato Music Group from scratch once again and providing his formula for making viral hits. But unfortunately, it would be short-lived. H3H3 Productions is a YouTube channel that is hosted by Ethan Klein and his wife Gila Klein, a husband and wife duo. Their content consists of reaction videos as well as sketch comedy, and often uses satire for a bunch of different cultural social media topics. On October 2nd, 2014, H3H3 Productions released a video titled Alison Gold ABCDEFG H3H3 reaction video, where in the video description it states, Patrice serves up a tasty little parable about cannibalism, pedophilia and rape. In this video, Ethan refers to Patrice Wilson as the nice neighborhood pedophile, Mr. Wilson.
Mr. Wilson's neighborhood. All right, who's Mr. there? I guess that's Mr. Wilson, looking like the nice neighborhood pedophile there, Mr. Wilson, with the lip gloss.
Wow.
Beautiful.
Ethan really threw that joke around pretty. I thought that this was a new thing. Ethan has always done this. He's always thrown around accusations like this at people. That's really disappointing. Why would you, like, I feel like, bro, I don't know. For me, like, I'm pretty, like, specifically when calling other people like that you know, a pedophile, I'm pretty reluctant about it, because to me, and again, like, you know, you guys know that, like, I'm a man and, like, I value myself being a man. To me, calling somebody that is an act of violence, dude, because other men will kill a predator, you know, and that's how life should be. It was a joke, guys. In all seriousness, though, like, so that, to me, that's an act of, like, legitimate violence, and, like, that could be a very scary thing. So, like, you shouldn't really just be kind of throwing those terms around lightly or loosely at all, because that could be a very serious allegation.
And at the time in Slovakia, there wasn't many black people. There were maybe like 6 or 7 black people in the whole country.
Oh, great. I rewinded it. Ugh.
H3H3 Productions is a YouTube. Their content consists of...
Thank God she chapters it, or it would have taken me like another 15 seconds to do it. What happens is I play this game and I use my hotkeys, but the hotkeys in the game, if I'm actually on the video instead, they do different things, so...
reaction videos as well as sketch comedy, and often uses satire for a bunch of different cultural social media topics. On October 2nd, 2014, H3H3 Productions released a video titled Alison Gold ABCDEFG H3H3 reaction video, where in the video description it states, Patrice serves up a tasty little parable about cannibalism, pedophilia and rape. In this video, Ethan refers to Patrice Wilson as the nice neighborhood pedophile, Mr. Wilson.
Mr. Wilson's neighborhood. All right, who's there? I guess that's Mr. Wilson, looking like the nice neighborhood pedophile there, Mr. Wilson, with the lip gloss and the beautiful face. That's like the soft face, man.
And he also goes on to call him terms such as Blackzilla, and says that Blackzilla likes to rape the little 8-year-old white girl with blonde hair. He likes them white.
Wait, he says that? Wait, you have to show that to me.
Blonde.
Huh? What happened? Patrice is unhappy. Watch out. Some kids' lives about to change forever. Patrice was like, that's that look when a couple kids' lives is about to change forever, for the worse. This image is pretty twisted up in itself. She's holding what looks like a phallic object, a little 8-year-old girl.
What? I guess. Okay. It just looks like a toy. I don't know. Does that look phallic? I guess. I don't think so. Does he actually call him Blackzilla?
And a big, giant black man looking in on her, man. It's like Blackzilla. This guy's got a weird fantasy, dude. Blackzilla, a little 8-year-old white girl with
Wow. Listen, I understand edgy comedy. Ethan, I would like you to do me a favor. Explain that joke for me. Explain the joke. Because you have a large man and a smaller girl, right? So that's the initial joke. It's a large man and a small girl, and they're gonna, assault them. We're gonna rape this person. That's the initial joke. Is you have an older man and a younger girl, reinforcing the stereotype that like all men are predators of young children. But what does the black and white do? Well, I would imagine the only reason you would say that is to reinforce I guess, the stereotype that black men are predators to white women in some capacity. Wow. Or else, what was the point in bringing the race into it? I honestly love this comment. Somebody goes, "What's wrong with the joke? He's black and looks like Godzilla. Nothing wrong with being racist, a racist scumbag." That's true. You're right. There's nothing wrong with being a racist scumbag. You've very based. Thank you. Very based. Very based. Listen, I understand it's a joke, but like we ask why the joke. Like what's what's behind the joke? And we never got an apology for this joke, by the way. We've just got an apology for all the other casual racism. And listen, I'm a white guy. We've all been there. I've had my arcs. They're not great. but yeah, man. What was the most recent act of race? Yeah, the whole not even listening to what Gideon had to say about Hassan's take that was really demeaning to him. Right, so, that was only like less than a week ago. Incredible stuff. Incredible. Honestly, it's incredible stuff.
Blonde hair. He likes it. He likes them white and blonde.
Wow.
And Klein then goes on to insinuate that Patrice is masturbating the video.
Watch his face light up, dude. Because he knows he's about to have a good fap. Watch this.
Wow.
Get a look at his face. Oh, it's going to be a good fap, boy. Starts to nod and shit. Watch this shit. Yeah, boy. About to get a good fap on, son. She doesn't even know I'm there. This is what Patrice looks like when he's ready to f*** bitch.
The rest of the video contains commentary regarding child sexual assault in minors and again about eating children.
Wilson's wagon. It looks like the pussy wagon from Kill Bill, dude.
Wow.
Weird connection or coincidence? I don't believe in coincidences. You ready to take a ride on the pussy wagon? Patrice is like, get in. Get in, dude. Patrice put out the sign for you. Get in, dude. Get in the pussy wagon. Isn't this what all parents' worst nightmare is? Is like some stranger, some fucking weird, obviously pedophile guy is just like, get into my van.
What? I mean, listen, it's one thing to make a joke about it, but this guy, this whole video just sounds like he's, this is not what the fuck, dude? This guy, Ethan actually, it seems like Ethan may have actually ruined this guy's career.
Get into my pussy wagon. This video is encouraging some very dangerous behavior. I don't know why they cast a young hermaphrodite for the role. It's not too much. Should I not make fun of the kids like that? He's got a black girl and a white girl. He's gonna tear them both up. Get that punch, girl. Yeah, that ain't spiked. He's like, should I break them now or should I wait until they're fucked up on this punch that I spiked with roofies? I got it.
Can we just we're at a point now where can we acknowledge that truly this is I can see why now people were saying that Ethan Ethan calling out Leafy was hypocritical, because this is quite literally the worst bullying of a person you could do. Calling a grown man calling another grown man a pedophile is the worst type of bullying that you could do when it's an unsubstantiated claim. That's an objective truth. I just want you to understand that. So it's not right to bully people in general, but this is much worse than anything else. This is really bad. Really, really bad. Good stuff, Ethan.
Here, let me look at my drug cabinet let me look for the perfect date drug.
Wow, incredible.
Love potion. Love potion. That's what it's called, roofies. Hey, yeah, oh yeah, man. I was at the bar with this girl. I slipped her a little love potion, you know what I mean? And we all night. Spike that bitch drink, Patrice. This video is not weird. This video is not unusual. Some psychotic comic book character dripping drugs, aka love potion, into an 8-year-old's drink. Let's see what happens. That's a lot of liquid, man. Be careful. You don't want her to overdose, man. You don't want to turn into murder when dripping goes wrong, huh? Whew. Oh no, puppet potion. Oh man, I gave her freaking acid instead of roofies. Dang, man. You think she's gonna tell you no? That's why you got your love potion, boy. Human potion? Oh yeah. Why don't you stop drugging their drinks, dog? You want some kid to get his love potion from Uncle John, you know, the weird uncle, you know, that everyone's got. Hey, Uncle John, you got some more of that love potion you used on me last week? Yeah, here you go. Here's a full vial. Why don't you go to your own middle school dance and dump it in the bowl and kill a bunch of kids, man, or I mean, them at least, and then they'll die. Oh. Take a sip of that, boy. Take a sip. Wrap your lips around that. Well, you're gonna eat him? You're gonna eat a child? I mean, it looks like Chinese food, but that's a child. You're gonna eat him, Patrice? This is what little kids will look like to him. That's what he sees when he looks at your little sister, you know, your little daughter. That's what he sees. He's salivating. He wants to eat your children.
I understand that the whole love potion thing is a little bit weird, but like this is really going in heavy. Like it's not just making a. I don't know. I mean, the dude's not a predator. I don't know. Maybe looking back, I guess it was acceptable in that time. I don't know, man. It still makes me very uncomfortable. It's quite a bit. It's a bit much, you know. Especially since like you're leveraging this accusation against another grown man that could ruin his entire career just for content, but.
And the video ends with Ethan Klein pretending to call the police to report Patrice Wilson for child offenses.
Hi, I'd like to report a crime. Yeah, my name is Ethan Klein. Okay, I just witnessed on YouTube a man and eating a minor.
Am I gonna lose here?
She was 8.
Yup.
She was only 8 years old. I saw it on YouTube right now.
Fuck.
Okay. Okay, dude, I just saw it on YouTube. He was eating and raping a little 8-year-old girl. His name is Patrice Wilson.
This video, as of today, has 3.3 million views. On January 3rd, 2015, H3H3 Productions released another video pertaining to Alison Gold and her latest video at the time, Chinese food. Klein starts off by referencing the previous video.
Hey, remember that video we made 2 or 3 months ago about that black guy that was eating and raping like a lot of kids?
Yeah, Patrice Wilson?
Yeah, that was funny. That guy's definitely a pedophile.
Well, it was just one video, you don't know.
What? Just one video? Ela, this is Patrice Wilson we're talking about. This is not something that someone just does once. If we went to his YouTube channel right now, I guarantee we click one random video and he's going to be on the ground, rolling around, touching and tickling with a little girl, dude. Are you seriously trying to tell me that you don't think Patrice Wilson is a pedophile?
They continue to discuss whether Patrice Wilson is a pedophile and is sending messages, secret coded messages, to a pedophile ring.
It doesn't make sense.
Yanis to come.
What does it mean?
Nothing.
What did you write? Is this a secret message to your pedophile ring? Sick, dude. All these different languages is a hidden message to all your pet friends to come meet you underground at your dungeon where you guys can exchange egg rolls, if you know what I mean.
And also, Ethan then goes on to make disgusting analogies for sexual assault.
How can he make it weirder? How can Patrice make it weirder? He's on the ground cuddling and touching with a little girl. How can he make it weirder, guys?
Use the chopsticks to eat hot sticks. Put some hot sauce.
Dude, that. You know what that is a metaphor for, Ela? Do you know what I'm gonna say?
I don't want to know.
Guys, I don't know if I need to say it, but look what he's doing. Okay? Just look what he's doing, okay? And use your imagination. I don't want to say it on film. It's too up. It's too obscene, okay? It's too up, but it's here, okay? Just use your imagination and think about it. She's a young girl. She's never, and he's, there. I mean, I'm not going to spell it out. I'm not going to say it explicitly. It's not okay to say. I mean, it's in the video. I'm not making it up. But just watch his finger rolling around in the red, sticky, fluid there. Just imagine what it means, okay? Use your imagination, guys. Think about it. Because I'm not going to say it outright, but I want you to understand what I'm talking about.
It feels like quite a bit of a reach. I mean, I know it's all comedy, but Jesus, he's really going in hard. I mean, I guess at the time, we all found this okay. So I guess to some degree, we're all kind of complicit, considering we would be like, yeah, this is okay. This is okay behavior, Ethan. But looking back now, shit. Because I think I remember watching these videos, and I was like, this is funny. So I guess I'm part of the problem. I guess we're all kind of part of the problem when it came to this to an extent, because we found this all funny and entertaining. So it's still very uncomfortable because this guy got a real rough shake, man. This guy got fucking his whole life decimated over this shit. It's fucked up. It's just fucked up.
about and think hardly about what we're dealing with here, okay? The finger, one finger, red, virgin. He's fingering a little girl, dude. That's what it is. He's fingering a fucking girl, dude. It's sick, dude! Let's see if he licks it. Yeah! He loves it! Yeah, you love Chinese food, boy. I know you like it now. I understand what you're talking about. You love Chinese food. And I like the noodles al dente. You know what I mean? I like my pasta al dente, is what he's saying to the world.
I genuinely wonder how Ethan Klein...
Al dente? Am I right about that? Am I right about that? Fucking got the wrong goddamn fucking tower. Goddamn it, Paige, you fucked up my balloons game. Stop it.
Feels about these videos now in hindsight, now that he himself is a father. Would he be okay with people talking about his son in this way? On December 18th, 2015, H3H3 Productions uploaded another video titled The Return of Patrice Wilson H3H3 Reaction Video, where they reacted to Patrice Wilson's own single, Beautiful.
Baby, are you okay? You just shit blue ink all over the floor. She's like, yeah, you shoved it in me, dude. Let me out of this dungeon, man.
In this video, they go on to talk about how Patrice Wilson's image has drastically changed. They used to refer to Patrice Wilson as Fat Usher, and now my dude was swole. The video itself involves pregnant women who are of age, and at one point, Ethan Klein says, Allison Gold and Rebecca Black. They were too old for him. He's got to go younger. He needs them as fresh as possible.
He needs them to be, okay, the babies. I get it, okay.
Look at it, right? It looks like it's a baby. It's a baby's stomach and they're wearing a diaper. Patrice, and you see, do you see it, Ela? It's Patrice. He wants the babies in the diaper. He wants them younger. That's what this whole thing's about, dude.
Jesus.
And Allison Gold and Rebecca Black, they were too old for him. He's got to go younger, man. He's a fucking baby.
I think the biggest issue here is like, I don't know. I guess it's like comparing Ethan now. Like he's such a virtue signaler that I feel like if he was looking back on somebody else who made this type of content, oh, I can get this here. Oh, I got it. He would be like, oh man, this was never appropriate. Oh man, blah 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 blah. Like you know, not for nothing, but I don't know. It's pretty bad, dude. I mean, I feel like it's pretty bad.
Yeah, the womb. He needs them fresh as possible.
On March 11th, 2016, now 2 years after their initial video on Patrice Wilson, Ethan and Gila uploaded a video called A Very Classy Music Video Gone Foggle, where they review Allison Gold's music video for Shush Up.
She's got a little doll.
A really weird one.
It actually looks like a doll.
What is this doll?
I wonder if this will give
really
me a good
It's
economy.
It's got a mouth. It's one of these blow-up dolls with a fuck. A giant baby. Do they make dolls out of babies?
Oh my
Don't
God,
say
no.
that. Don't let it be true.
It's mentioned how the video was previously taken down for being too raunchy, but they compliment his production skills, saying the production skills are great. It's just that the taste of the video was a bit tone deaf.
I'm really impressed with the production.
The production is really good.
It's just the taste.
The taste is not right. Something about the taste. He likes Subway too much. Okay, I've said that. He's on that Fogel diet for sure.
Do you still eat Subway sandwiches? I do. You know, I don't eat.
Oh, okay. I guess it's the. I thought he was like actually making a real criticism. He's just trying to say he's a pedophile still. Why was this such a big joke? Why was this such a big joke for Ethan to call somebody a pedophile? Like why was that like his #1 go-to joke? What the fuck? I don't understand. Okay.
Klein mentions that this video would be something that you would see on the dark web multiple times.
Well, also that'd be much better for the dark web in terms of sellability too, which I think you're thinking in terms of business, which I like. What
do I do?
You do what I told you to do. What do I do?
What the fuck?
Download this video, send it to the Philippines. We need to upload it to the dark web before the internet police find it.
And when Patrice shows up in the music video, he makes a little joke about conjugal visits with a minor.
Do you have any conjugal visits?
Like I said, man, I guess we're all kind of complicit. Because we all found all these funny. I don't think I watched this video, but you know, it's just you know, I guess we got to take our own. We got to take a little bit of our own accountability for this if we ever found this funny. You know, why do you feel bad for Ela? She was definitely like in on this. She was definitely complicit in this.
It's when you can have sex with your spouse. Do you have any conjugal visits left, Allison? No, I don't. Well, I'm gonna have to ask you to shush up then.
You know, only like 4 states have, I think, have like the ability to have conjugal visits. Isn't that interesting? I never knew that.
Funnily enough, though, at the end of the video, Ethan Klein talks about the fact that he's watched the video multiple times with the lights off, but then like brushes it off immediately and says, it's a joke, it's a joke.
We actually watched it like
I've seen this 20
a trillion times. So.
A lot of times when you weren't here and the lights were off. No, that's not true, guys. Just a joke.
On November 18th, 2017, H3H3 Productions releases a podcast including Post Malone, where they talk about Patrice Wilson. Ethan mentions that Patrice has made videos with Allison Gold and calls him a very creepy, very PG guy.
So Patrice Wilson, for those of you who don't know, he makes like...
He made Friday.
He made Friday. He made
Did
all
she
these
say
videos
that?
with this little blonde girl, Allison Gold. Very weird, creepy vibes in all of them. We made a lot of videos making fun of him a long time ago. So recently, just a couple of days ago, he erased all the videos on his channel, and all he has now is a live stream.
One live stream?
One live stream with a countdown. I'm gonna pull it up right now. All right, so here is it. He erased all of his videos. He changed the logo of his channel to the shadowy, creepy.
What the fuck?
Icon.
Okay.
It's him in a hood.
Oh.
And look at the
H3,
title.
H3.
It's counting down till December 1st. That's 319 hours. And look at this cryptic shit. It just says, it's like a bunch of gibberish, and then at the end it says -H3H3.
Wow. He really...
What do you think? What
I
is
don't
this?
know. That's weird, man.
I mean, it sounds to me like he very heavily blames H3 for his career, kind of ending there, That's what it seems that what I would assume. And I don't know if I blame him for feeling that way, based on everything we just fucking watched there, because it was a little, as you say, suspicious, like a popular character from the popular hit video game Among Us. That's what it sounds like.
He states that Patrice a few days previously had deleted all of his previous videos and now has a live stream that counts down to the 1st of December 2017. And the title of the video was very cryptic in nature but included the words H3H3. The title was #O_O_O equals 65 LT at 66-6-H3H3. Whilst watching the live stream live on the podcast, the live stream itself then turns to a blue curtain. At that point, Post Malone says, he's watching you, Ethan.
Well, should I be concerned about this? Why did it just change?
He's
What?
watching you, Ethan.
It just changed.
What if it says something? Just wait until something else comes up.
It was black
I'm
until
freaked
now.
out. Somebody says maybe it was hacked, but I don't know. He seems like a pretty tech-savvy guy. Okay, and so somebody manually just changed that.
What was that?
How could he react that fast? Wait, it's just cycling between them.
Is it though? Yeah.
Oh God,
new
I'm
one.
scared. What is that creepy fucking screen?
Dude, I have chills right now.
That screen is so creepy. It's like a CD screen, like a screen with like guck in it.
He was just moving behind it. No, it's not a screen.
No!
Oh, he's coming.
No!
Oh, he's just on the other side.
The fuck?
No. That is a
Wait,
real
that's
curtain.
a real curtain?
I'm
'Cause I
done.
thought
Dude,
it was,
you have to turn this off.
I thought that it was
Wait,
like an
I'm
After
scared.
Effects.
Should I remove this? That's a real screen. That's actually a live screen.
Are you sure?
Yes.
What?
I'm freaked out. I'm legitimately scared. Should I close this?
Probably.
I don't want to. What if he comes out with like a kid's head? And then what? Like,
Yeah,
what do you
exactly.
do then? I'm closing it.
Yeah.
I'll find out
my
later.
God.
I'll find out later.
Ethan Klein does understandably become a little bit more creeped out by the whole ordeal, especially after they notice the curtain begin to move. Ethan Klein admits that he is scared and considers shutting down Patrice's stream, which ultimately does end up doing. Klein wonders whether he's being baited and says that Patrice is going to kill them on December 1st, 2017. To which Post Malone tells them that they can borrow his firearm.
You guys can borrow a gun if you want one.
Why did Post Malone stop being like friends with Ethan? Like, I heard the story. He was like, oh, we've just been busy and stuff. But like, they've never really linked up since then. Like, what is it that happened that made him not like? Why aren't they really friends anymore? Something happened. Do you think Post Malone got too famous? Okay, that's fair. Maybe Post Malone just disconnected from Ethan because he got too famous. You think that's what it is? He grew up. Maybe he grew up. I guess those are both very possible. He was only 21 while Post Malone's a young whippersnapper. I don't like Post Malone personally because my wife loves him and she keeps calling him her husband, and it makes me angry. And so that's why my wife has accidentally fallen down the stairs a few times. And if you get what I'm saying, hashtag funny joke about spousal abuse. No, but I actually do kind of like Post Malone. He's pretty cool. He's pretty cool, bro. He's pretty cool.
I have legitimately thought about buying a weapon for home security.
You should.
Okay.
Ethan Klein then turns to the camera and speaks directly into the lens, telling Patrice not to murder him.
Patrice, I'm sorry, dude. It was all in good fun. I wish you the best. I think you're a talented guy. Although I've made fun of you in the past, I think you're a really talented filmmaker, and please don't murder me. And whatever you have behind that curtain, maybe it's better that you just keep that to yourself.
Later on in the podcast, they eventually turn back on the live stream to see Patrice walking through a rural area. And there's a house. Hila begins to get scared and they decide to shut it off.
This shit's creepy, man. Patrice, what are you doing? Why are you doing this?
I keep fucking losing, bro. I'm restarting from the round. I don't care. I'm wasting all my fucking money. Okay? I'm fucking so fucking close here, bro. I'm so close! Damn it, bro. I'm so close to getting to round 5. I just have to... It's these middle rounds. I think I know what to do here. I'm just so fucking irritated, bro.
He's got an audience now. Oh, no, it is.
What?
Oh, man.
It is a cell phone feed.
What are you doing, Patrice? Why is it sideways? Don't you know he's a phone, you idiot? There's literally ladders everywhere. He's climbing up one of the ladders.
But it looks like kind of...
Wait, it looks like a home invasion thing. Because he has a ladder going up to the balcony.
No, but you could have just walked up the stairs. Right?
But, yeah, I guess you're right. What? What the f***? Dude, do I close this? I mean,
Yes.
seriously. Oh, I saw a hand. I saw Patrice's hand. It was a black
I told
hand.
you he was going to cut it off, didn't I?
It'll be back.
He changed. Did he change the font?
Okay, I can't watch.
I saw his hand. It's definitely him because we were saying maybe it's a
This is
hacker, but I saw he has...
I'm a little confused because if you look at the video, it looks like Paige felt the need to edit it to like blur it out. Did she do that so that like it wouldn't get DMCA'd? What was Ethan DMCA striking it? Like I feel like he wouldn't. There's no way he could stoop like that, like hypocritically. You know what I mean? Like there's no way. Like that would be insane.
It was his hand. It was a black man's hand.
What? You know Patrice's hand?
There's only one black man. It's Patrice Wilson.
It's Patrice Wilson.
I mean, it looked like... Oh, my God. All right. I'm going to close this. Dan, let us know if there's any updates.
On November 25th, 2017, H3H3 Productions uploads another podcast titled H3H3 Podcast 40, The Madness of Black Friday and Hiding from Patrice Wilson. To which Ethan Klein remembers and recalls the videos it is that he made on Patrice Wilson in the past and states again that he gave him pedo vibes. But then goes on to say, and qualify, might I add, I don't know whether he really is a like, how would I know this? To which Hila Klein says there's no actual evidence and that it's a joke.
Patrice Wilson, who's someone we had made videos before in the past, he's a little creepy guy, and they all have a bit of a vibe. So this was years ago.
Oh, so he's not like having a fun joke. Ethan actually does think that this guy's a bit of a pedophile. Okay.
I don't know if the guy's actually diddling kids. I mean, how could I know that? But it's the insinuation.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's never been anything actual.
Yeah, no.
It's a joke.
Right, it's a joke.
The following day, Ethan Klein states that the countdown had then changed to 2 hours and that there was a video looping of a graveyard and that Ethan Klein's name was in the description. Hila then mentions that they're on out 2 countdowns. So he decided to reach out to his YouTube contacts, and this is what he had to say.
He had changed the countdown because it was originally counting down like 300 hours till December 1st at midnight.
Mm-hmm.
And so he uploaded a video on his channel, and he changed the countdown to 2 hours, and he uploaded this video, and it scared the living Christ out of me. Well, it's so low that you can't actually see the image on this monitor, but it's a graveyard. It's a looping image of a graveyard, and in the description it says Ethan. Like before, he hadn't called me out by name. The H3H3 could have been incidental, maybe part of whatever.
Well, I doubt that.
His
And he added a second countdown, so there were 2 countdowns.
Yeah.
One was for that day, which was Saturday, the day after the podcast.
So I'm sitting at home trying to relax after a long, stressful week, and I've got Patrice's live stream open with my and a close-up reoccurring of a rainy tombstone. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm freaked.
So there was a countdown, and it was for like sometime in the evening, maybe 8.
I mean, yeah, I guess that would be pretty scary, but I suppose that there's a reason that he's doing it, because he feels like you tried to ruin his life a little bit. So, you know, maybe if you didn't do that so much, I guess he wouldn't feel that way. I mean, it's still pretty scary, but...
Or something like that. And we were at home.
Yeah.
And we kept watching it and just doing whatever we were doing, thinking like, maybe it's creepy, maybe it's stupid. And then as it kept going down, it was like almost like an hour to the end of the countdown. We started to get freaked out.
Well, it was when I saw my name in that.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? This isn't cool. So I'm like, Hila, get your shit. We're leaving. I'm leaving the house. I am not going to get turned into Chinese food by this creepy guy. And I wrote an email to my contacts at Google and YouTube, and I'm so embarrassed by that email because I was genuinely like, this shit is getting too weird for me to handle. And I think I titled it something like "Urgent: A Threat Against My Life." Like that dramatic, because I was like, I have 1 minute to leave. I started getting like tingles down my spine. I was legitimately freaked out. Urgent: Threats against my life. This channel is making threats against my life, and he's got my name in the title, and he's doing creepy shit in his channel. It's like not very convincing unless you were in it.
Yeah.
I can only imagine how it was received as like, wow, Ethan's really losing it. I sent that off. I'm freaked out. I'm not thinking. And we get in the car. We drive to a Alva's parking lot. And we're sitting there waiting out the timer. Like an hour. I'm sitting in Ralph's parking lot. I'm like, there's people around us, right?
And then...
I was expecting him to like come out the back seat.
Yeah. And then it came on and he had like a creepy voice.
I've got the video.
Oh.
This is what comes on Patrice's live stream.
Number one thing today, bullying. It's so sad. You sit there. You sit there.
What
you
the
sit
fuck?
there and you encourage it.
And meanwhile, I'm sitting in my car like...
You sit there.
Nothing. But you judge. You bring people down.
Meanwhile, I'm sitting there in my car like, oh, this is so stupid. Like, what is my life right now? Like listening to Patrice Wilson talk about bullying with a pitch shift on his voice. Like this guy got in my head. Patrice Wilson did.
Ethan then goes on to talk about how his Reddit users on the r/h3h3.
You know, we're always talking about trauma. Everything's trauma nowadays. That sounds like that guy was legitimately, I guess, traumatized in some capacity by Ethan. I mean, like, why the fuck? Like, could you fucking imagine doing that? Like, I guess he had his whole fucking life ruined. So, you know, he took it a little. He took that surprisingly. He took it kind of personally. Like, I mean, personally, I don't know why. Like, why would your life getting ruined make you feel that like compelled? You know, to be like, what the fuck? You ruined my life. You know what I mean? Like, that's weird to me. But I guess to this guy, it was. I guess to this guy, it was like, hey, that wasn't right.
Podcast Reddit had been able to kind of put their sleuth hats on and deduct that all of the imagery it was that Patrice was showing was for a film that he was taking part in called Vantage Points, which was listed on Patrice Wilson's LinkedIn profile. So the house, the cemetery, the ladders, the curtains, all of that was something to do with this program. And they could all be linked back to the actual trailer of the film, leading people to believe that this was a publicity stunt.
I guess so. Was it? Or did he actually do something?
According to Patrice Wilson, the live stream was approximately 2 weeks long. However, not all of the contents are available right now. There's only snippets. And it's important to note that there was also 2 live streams running at once. The first live stream was going down to December 1st, 2017, and the other live stream is kind of unsure as to when it ended, what it led to, and what it involved. But throughout the time of these live streams, Patrice would showcase various different things as well as make requests.
Apparently, Ethan H3 is not taking this serious. He has videos up there that blatantly say things like rapist, pedophile, drug eats children. Really? And I'm still in the streets. You don't joke about stuff like that. You don't joke about stuff like that.
He speaks about anti-bullying and the state of the world and social media, and Patrice makes it very clear that he has no intention of going to anybody's house or breaking the law in any capacity. He also shows himself deleting the videos from his time with Pato Music World, whilst repeating the phrase, the old me is gone, the old me is gone, over and over again.
The old me is gone, the old me is gone. Matilda said I should. Matilda, I'm removing everything, Matilda. Matilda! Too late.
You know what this kind of reminds me of? It reminds me of like Matt Hardy. You guys know what I'm talking about? Like the whole delete thing. What was Matt Hardy's character? That was my favorite. He was like his delete. Yeah, that was my favorite. You know, that was my favorite. And obviously, this is very serious subject matter, so the fact that I'm memeing on it is a little inappropriate. But broken Matt Hardy. Yep, you are correct about that. Pretty crazy. Okay, that's not too bad.
In a portion of the stream, he addresses people's comments that he is using H3H3 for clout, but then he shows a clip of H3H3 basically making multiple videos on Patrice Wilson to show that essentially it could possibly be the other way around. Patrice makes multiple...
Oh yeah, obviously. Like the dude definitely, Ethan definitely fucking wrote him for clout. Like, yeah, for sure. I mean, he fucking made this whole ass deplatforming video on the guy, so yeah, of course. I feel like that's like fucking definitely true.
Requests mainly for Ethan to take down his videos and specifies that this is in no way a threat.
He has till the countdown to take down the videos. Now I hope he can record pretty fast because he has to record an apology as well. He has to say, my name is Ethan, however he does it. I do apologize. Everything I said was just me joking around. And hey, it's all fun and games that way.
Okay. I guess that's a
so
reasonable
Ethan, if you
demand.
were listening, I'm telling you, not playing around this time. You have
that's a fairly reasonable demand to just be like, hey, tell me that you're fucking kidding, because my life's been ruined. Okay, it's fairly reasonable. It's a little spooky, but
those videos and make a retraction.
Oh, take the videos down. Yeah, I mean, this is
And he also claims that the countdown has absolutely nothing.
I mean, this is fair, especially since like Ethan's already made his money. You know what I mean? So it's not like Ethan's gonna be like fucking like missing out. Those videos are quite old at this point, you know. So it's not like it's gonna hurt Ethan's bottom line here. So yeah, I guess this is fairly reasonable. Am I able to see? No, wait. Fuck. I didn't mean to start it. Now I'm gonna.
Nothing to do with Vantage Points, which was the film that he was involved in. When the countdown finally ends, Patrice Wilson is seen to be sitting on a couch, and he begins speaking directly to the camera.
What is the meaning of all this? What is the meaning of all this? Let's go ahead and start from the beginning. The first day you saw a timer go up is the day I came back to YouTube. I hadn't been on YouTube for a while. I came back to YouTube and I said, you know what, I'm going to get rid of this channel. We shut it down, delete all the videos. I started working on other stuff like Vantage Points, TV shows. But for some reason, coming back to this channel, I said, this channel, these videos, everything from the past has given me so much grief. So I decided to go ahead and put up a timer, a countdown going to the first. And I wanted to see how many people would actually watch that timer. I wasn't going to put up any footage or nothing. But when I saw 10 people...
Hey, it was all just one big social experiment, guys. One big social experiment. I mean, I guess I believe that. It's interesting. Okay.
10 people, 20 people, started increasing their numbers. And then seeing with what the press, what people like H3 said about me, for all the false accusations, it just burnt me, and I'm like, I can never keep living if I don't deal with this and share my experience with everyone, because the press won't talk about it, people don't really care. So I have to do it myself. So I saw that as an opportunity to go ahead and relive with you guys everything that happened to me.
So
H3H3, that name was in there because those were the videos that blatantly accused me of being things like I eat children. I really didn't understand that part, you know, and so his name had to be in there so he could watch and he could learn and know this is what happens sometimes to people. When you say certain things, it can ruin everything they do.
So essentially this whole video was about and for Ethan, to show Ethan exactly what it is that some of his slanderous claims and allegations can do to people's lives. He explains what the cryptic title was about, and that the number 6 is his own favorite number, and that 6/6 was the day that his father had passed away, a year after the Friday video had become, you know, huge and viral. The date was released.
66/6. Number 1, 6 is my favorite number. 66.
Scared me.
Was when my dad had a heart attack and had a stroke and eventually died. He lived on, but he lived on a little longer, but he died. He had 2 strokes. And he actually died a year after Friday. So throughout that entire process, yeah, that was not good.
The empty house was symbolism for him losing his house and his car and everything it was that he had worked for.
Let's start with the house. I wanted to take you guys back to the empty house. An empty house that I had lost. So I had to walk to an empty house so you guys could see I lost everything. Lost my house, my belongings, everything went in storage. lost my
Let's do it,
cars,
guys.
everything I worked hard for, I thought I worked hard for. My passion, my goal, my vision was to help people, you know, charge way less, you know, as much as possible to work with artists and give them some kind of opportunity. I enjoyed what I did. But when everything got crazy and all the accusations, I said, I can't take this anymore.
He mentions the movie business and that since all of this has happened, people, even to this day, still will not work with Patrice Wilson because of all of the things that are about him on the internet. He states that the graveyard is a representation of the death threats it is that he has been receiving, and that it started to make him suicidal, and that he really did consider taking his own life, but then decided not to because the world would just think that people deserve to die. Therefore, he chose his own redemption instead.
Well, did he think that okay? Was he trying to make a stance that pedophile? Okay, it sounds more like he didn't want to kill himself because then that would admit some kind of fault. Did he really say that he didn't want to do it because he doesn't think pedophiles deserve to die? Is he making a social justice thing?
Graveyard representative, I get death threats every single time. People like, you know, we want you dead. You bloody child. You pedophile. You rape. After a while, it's taken into my head, and the whole suicidal thoughts there, like, kind of come to my head. Maybe it would be better off if I wasn't here. But you know what? I said no. I said no. I can't let it happen, because the thing about it is that if I'm not here, people would say that deserves to die.
Yeah, it sounded like what he wasn't trying to make like a social commentary about not killing pedophiles. He was sounding like more like he was like, oh, people would just assume that I was one.
I had to find redemption.
Patrice Wilson then goes on to state that he developed these personalities in order to help him cope with the negativity and what was happening to him as a form of protection.
The long walks and the shower simply meant I started to create personalities to protect me. I started creating different personalities because I knew that I was done.
I gotta win this.
I knew I couldn't escape it. Even in the movie business, people still said, hey, I read this about you. I'm not going to work with you. It says you're... It says this, you charge people for your game. It affected me.
I wonder if, I don't know if he did think about suing, but again, defamation is such a hard thing to like win. It's a hard case to win, you know? So
I started creating personalities to help me cope.
Yeah, and they're very
shower
expensive.
curtain was symbolism of him cleansing.
Because Ethan would be like, I was just making jokes because this was creepy, blah, blah, blah. And then he has like, he can fall back on that, so.
Whilst he would sit down.
Did Ethan ever apologize to this guy? Did he ever pull the videos down and apologize? That's what needed to happen, I think. Bro, am I going to win this? Round 5? I'm so excited.
Down in the shower.
He never
and
did?
listen to motivational tapes.
Bro, I'm going to
I was
lose.
in the shower, I tried to purify myself. And I would spend long times in the shower. And that's when I started listening to motivational tapes. Motivational words in the shower many times. And that would help me. I'm like, I'm cleansing myself.
And he goes on to say that he understands that people can do comedic things and people can make jokes, but when these jokes have real life impacts and implications on other people's lives, maybe it's time to consider how you qualify these jokes.
Ethan didn't take down the videos yet. He will. And if you're watching this, Ethan, I understand what you do is a joke. You play, it's all games and fun, for revenue, for gain, but you gotta think about what you're doing. Put a disclosure somewhere saying, you know what? All
We're doing
this
it again. We're doing it again.
Accusations?
I don't care.
It's not real. I'm just a comedian. It's a show. And then things will be good. Because what you say affects people. Because people will listen to it and take it in their minds. And it's a dangerous game. We don't play with kids. All that stuff. I can't even say any of that.
Patrice Wilson then goes on to thank everybody for coming and all of the positive comments it was that he saw in the live stream chat, and that whilst people may have wanted a very disastrous negative ending, he's going to continue and stay strong.
This is about redemption, and this is about you guys. Nobody should have to go through what I went through. I made it alive. I thank God. I'm good. I'm strong.
So yeah, it just sounds like all this guy wanted was like, dude, you ruined my life over these allegations to a point where people, my current employers are like, I heard this about you from this person. And all he wanted was like, yeah, the person who did that removed their videos and apologized and said they were just jokes. I mean, I don't know, beyond reasonable. Beyond reasonable, right? I feel like that's a very reasonable thing to ask for. And he couldn't even do him that much. Did he really not do it? Like, is that what we're saying? Did he do that? You didn't know I had Twitch? My entire... Do you know my YouTube? All my YouTube videos are from Twitch. Oh, you know I was banned from TikTok. Yeah, dude, this is like fucked up. I feel like this is like really fucked up. Like he could have just done like the bare minimum of like, yeah, you know what? Let's blah blah blah. You know, that's all he really had to do. He could have just been like, yeah, you know what, guys, I'm sorry. Like I was just a joke, and it clearly went too far. I didn't want the guy's life to be ruined. Boom, we're all done. That's all you would have needed to do, bro. That's all you would have needed to do. That's crazy.
Me that Patrice was desperate. He was desperate for Ethan to take down his slanderous videos and to let his audience know in a matter-of-fact way and not a jovial way that what was alleged of Patrice was unfounded and untrue, so that he could again begin to rebuild for the third time the life it was that he had before he lost it all. In one of the streams, and I don't know which one, but this is something that I found, Patrice Wilson shares his entire life story that really just makes you think that Ethan Klein, the Arc Music Factory, the Black Family lawsuit, and everything that it is that he worked for was now gone, and he was struggling to regain a handle on his mental health. But Ethan did nothing to relieve him. He just never spoke about him ever again. But the damage was already done.
That's when I lost the old company. That's when the Arc Music Factory was taken. That's when everyone said all sorts of crazy things. All because of a song that went viral called Friday. At the time I was like, this is exciting, this is really cool. But after I lost everything, I made a company called PMW Live after losing Arc Music Factory. And people said you're never gonna go viral and you can't do it. That was luck. I decided I'm gonna try it one more time. And I made Thanksgiving. I said, good job, good job. And I was taking the heat from everyone. The depression and everything cost what you're about to witness. The clock gets to zero. I lost my life. I lost my name. I lost my belief. And in the process, I even lost my father.
Let's try this.
In the eyes of the internet, even now in 2022, Patrice Wilson is still an alleged and all of the other things it is that Ethan Klein put into the stratosphere that had no pre-existence before Ethan made them with his words. So, where is Patrice now? Well, it's not good. In November 2019, Patrice Wilson made a series called Silenced, which contained multiple episodes that centered around discussions of teen suicide and social media bullying, basically riding off the wave of the 13 Reasons Why phenomena. Unfortunately, he has privated them all, but it contained hallmarks of Patrice's most recent work, which includes a lot of symbolism and very dark themes.
You think it's done well, or you think it kind of sucks? I don't know. I'm just saying. Do you think that the quality is like, wow, this is actually amazing, Patrice? I wonder. I think I'm gonna beat this time, bro. I'm pretty excited. It's horrible that Patrice had his life completely ruined by Ethan, but the bright side is that I think I'm gonna win this. I'm finally gonna win my first elite boss challenge in balloons. So, you know, you gotta take the good with the bad, Patrice. You know what I'm saying?
He has since renamed his channel to the Jesus Transparency Network, where he does a podcast with 4 episodes, and some of their titles are Voices Within, Power and Prayer, A and B, and Spiritual Warfare, which were uploaded approximately 6 to 7, or possibly now, since releasing this 8 months ago. If you choose to watch these videos in full, I will definitely link them in the resources section down below, but just be aware that some of these videos can come across as quite disturbing, if not fully prepared. But for those of you who don't have time to watch all of these podcasts, here are a couple of snippets so that you guys can see the obvious decline in Patrice's mental health.
But even Jesus himself said, yeah, it's not going to be easy. Because you serve me, you will encounter obstacles You'll be hated. You'll be scorned, disgraced, abused. Nearly give up, depressed, yeah? You would pray and probably doubt your prayers and think no one's listening sometimes. Giving your life to Christ is the most beautiful thing. But we encounter this.
I have given my life to Jesus Christ.
Oh, shut up.
I have given my life to Jesus Christ. I've given my life to Jesus Christ, guys. We did it. We did. It took us an hour and a half just in this video. I've made this attempt like 17 fucking times. Incredible, guys. This video will be called something, but then like also in there, Balloons TD6 Elite Balloonarius Boss Guide. Do you think Ethan gets off canceling black people? Okay. So, no, I don't think so. I think Ethan is like an edgy guy who is not comfortable around black people in like a true sense. I know that he's had black people on the show before, occasionally. Doesn't seem like he has them a lot. But for somebody who's constantly talking about race or talking about social justice issues, he doesn't talk to any. That's the part that's so weird, is that like he talks about like he talks about social justice issues constantly, but he like doesn't ever bring a black person on. That's the part that's the weirdest to me more than anything else. So I don't think he actually cares. I think that's what it is. I think he's like your typical white guy that's like uncomfortable around black people. But he's like, but it's very telling. You have a lot. There's a lot, an insane amount of progressive content creators who are very seemingly uncomfortable around black people, and they don't really talk to them. Yeah, typical white liberal where they pretend to care, but like, do they really? You know, that's the vibe I get. To be absolutely honest with you, I don't think he really gives a shit at all. You know.
Who are you? Who am I? I'm you.
The fuck is this, Patrice?
Can't bit your tongue now, eh? You're quiet. I'm not quiet. I'm just wondering what you're doing here. What I'm doing here. I've always been here. I'm you.
Oh yeah, he said like black coaches on, right? You know, there you go.
Get it into your thick skull that no one is listening to you. So keep crying, get on your knees, cry more and more. Sing the popular songs, Oceans, what a beautiful name it is. And the most recent song, come on now, Waymaker, Miracle Worker, come on, there's no miracle happening for you, you're a sinner. It's not real, you're fake. Emotions overwhelm you and you think it's the power of God in you. But you're nothing but a sinner. You're nothing but a sinner. When I look at you, all I see is your past. Full of shame, no integrity. You've lost that good name, and now you think you're forgiven? You think Jesus loves you? This is something Christians tell themselves just to make
this guy's literally on his fucking Joker arc, bro. I don't blame him, but holy moly.
Themselves feel better, but you will be the same person that you were yesterday. That person that people laughed at. That person that people mocked. Relationship? Too late.
I'm only uncomfortable around Italian people. Visual elements are too triggering for me for the black screen. Oh, page.
Nobody's gonna love you. Don't forget what she did to you. Or maybe a person that has issues like you, but they're never gonna find anyone to fulfill you because you are a loser. And all you do is ask God to forgive you for this, forgive you for that. Your entire prayer.
Are you sure that this is not his? This isn't his audition tape? You're sure?
In order to forgive you. That throws away any personal relationship you could have with him. And you know, if you don't have a personal relationship with him, the Bible says that you are a heathen, a hypocrite.
Who's watching me right now? Are you saying Paige is watching me right now? Paige, are you looking for tips? Are you personally looking for tips on how to beat the latest elite boss battle on Balloons TD6? Because elite boss, I see on Balloons TD6. I see it because I just beat it, Paige. I just beat it, and I could totally give you a guide. Part of in my video, I beat it. So, you know, just let me know. You can DM me, and I'll help you out.
Hypocrite! You want to go preach the gospel? What gospel? God does not know you. God does not love you. You might as well just do me a favor. Do us a favor. Take this. Put your and pull the trigger.
But my interpretation of these podcast videos isn't the same as everybody else. My interpretation of this is a man who is continuing to create art whilst battling with his inner demons. Everybody has them. Maybe this is just his way of dealing with them. In my mind,
I guess Ethan is his inner demon, huh?
He seems as if he started to believe that he is all of the things it is that people are saying he is online and on social media, and that he is still suffering.
I mean, it's possible. It's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. When people around you tell you that like you're a whore, you're disgusting, you're this, people start to believe it, man. That's how a lot of times that's just how shit happens. It's really fucked up. You know, I wonder if Ethan actually gaslit him into being a pedophile. I doubt it, honestly, but maybe he thinks he's like a bad person. Because like if everybody's telling me I'm a bad person, I guess maybe I am.
From the words that Ethan Klein said 8 years ago on the 2nd of October 2014.
That's an interesting question. So somebody said, do you think Ethan uses black people to weaponize them when they are guests? Like he had Seth on just to cancel Dobrik? Well, I mean, it seems like he doesn't just naturally have black people on. I guess that would be my question. Did he run a racial narrative though when it came to that Seth situation? I don't know if he did. Did he though? Self-fulfilling prophecy. I said that, dude. Did I say it with a lisp? What the fuck? Did he? What did he say about it? Did he run it? I don't know if he did do that.
All of the videos mentioned are still up on Ethan Klein's channels to this day. And the most interesting thing is that Ethan Klein has called out Keemstar in his content nuke videos in regards to Keemstar's false accusations of
This is a man that purports to do the news, but goes out and calls a man a pedophile based on a picture.
Now,
that's the thing, is that like Ethan will say it was all just a joke, so I don't really care. And that's like that's the biggest problem with it's just a joke narrative. You can absolutely make jokes. I make jokes all the time. A lot of times when I make jokes, I make sure you know that they're jokes and I'm just totally kidding. Ethan, not so much. And so you have this situation where you operate with like a pretty dry humor. Ethan operates with very dry humor. And so it's kind of ambiguous. It's like up in the air, whether you believe it or not. And so a lot of people will and are going to say to the response to this video, oh, well, Ethan was just making a joke, right? That's all oh, he was just making a joke. He was just making a joke. It's a plausible deniability thing. Like he's using jokes. He hide behind jokes. He does what a general typical incel does is they make jokes. They go, oh, it's just, they say something. They use a joke to reinforce a point that they really feel. And then they go, oh, just kidding. Even if they were just jokes, you should understand the real world impact on Patrice Wilson to the point where you'd be like, fuck, I didn't realize these jokes were so harmful. I should have apologized and taken all my shit down. But he didn't do that. So, like, there's no defensible position here for Ethan. At the very least, he could have been like, oh, dude, honestly, I didn't know that this, like, I don't think that you're a pedophile. They were all just jokes from the start. Like, I'm really sorry, et cetera, et cetera. But he never even did that. He could have taken the videos down. It's years later. It doesn't matter. You could just take them down and apologize. Do a retraction. But, you know, he's not going to do it because he doesn't give a shit.
This isn't a...
Please.
Keemstar did apologize, yeah.
Can somebody help Keemstar protect him from Ethan Klein?
Trope, because Keemstar has had his own takes that could be considered to contributing to various other stigmas. But
well, Keemstar's a fucking idiot. He's still a fucking idiot. Let's just be real here, Paige. Okay, you know, we had the whole conversation with the. But yeah.
It is important to note that when Keemstar found himself to be wrong in his false accusations of pedophilia back in 2015, where he wrongfully accused 62-year-old at the time RuneScape player RS Glories and Gold.
Who the fuck plays RuneScape at 62? Actually, probably everybody who's 62 plays RuneScape still, because that's it. I mean, what other game could you play?
Of being a pedophile called John Phillips, when in fact at the time the real John Phillips was in jail. After the blunder, he immediately retracted his video and made a standalone video that is still on his channel to this day, titled "I got it wrong, I'm sorry, and will do better." And Keemstar even tried to compensate the guy $20,000. Now, whether that's because there could have possibly have been some kind of legal ramifications for him or not is neither here nor there. But it is important to note that Keemstar did attempt to compensate him. And in fact, RS Glory and Gold rejected that compensation and just asked for Keemstar's friendship, to which Keemstar at the time obliged.
Now on my show, when people bring you up, I'm just going to tell them that, hey...
I don't think that they're friends now, though. I'm just going to be honest with you, okay? I think that they're sworn enemies. Oh, fuck, I fucked this up. Hold on. I don't think that they're friends now, though, right? Doesn't this guy, like, hate... Doesn't this guy hate him? You know? I think Keemstar hates this guy, or this guy hates Keemstar for like ruining his life.
No trouble.
Yet, in Ethan Klein's content nuke videos against Keemstar, he used these allegations as a way to level himself up. When the reality of the situation is he did exactly the same, if not worse, several years prior, and did absolutely nothing to rectify it. Even
sure, this is nobody called him out for it. Nobody cared enough. I don't think anybody realized it. It's so interesting because like one of the things is like I feel like. I don't know. I hold Ethan to a higher standard than Keemstar because Ethan is more intelligent, and so like a lot of the things I think Keemstar does, I think is like incredible amounts of ignorance. I just feel like what Ethan does a lot of times is out of just like spite or hatred or like just not caring. Like I think that's what I mean. He's smarter than Keemstar, and yet he fucks up. He does like shitty things. He should know better. You know, that's all I'm saying. At least, honestly, Keemstar will have a conversation with people. You know, not to make the guy look good because he has abysmal takes on sexual assault, but, you know, what does Ethan do? He kind of hides. He's constantly hiding. You know.
when the victim of his allegations is still living with the impact of Ethan's words.
It affected me. So I started creating personalities.
Yeah, you're right. People have like the perspective of like, oh, we're either Team Ethan or Team Keemstar. Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's the base take here. It's just one or the other. One fucking dipshit or the other.
Help me cope.
More recently, this week, in fact, Ethan Klein has continued the discussion of Keemstar's involvement in the late Etika's death. Even when Etika's mother at the time had publicly stated that she did not attribute.
Hello, this is Etika's mother's responding to your address of recent. Oh, okay. You've received in relation to his death. I wish to inform Etika fans, friends, and viewers that Keemstar is not responsible for Etika's passing and should not be held accountable for this transaction. Etika loved Keemstar's show and wanted to make his appearance on the program both memorable and exciting. My son's goal was to make the segment so as dramatic as possible. Not to use it as a vehicle of hatred towards the show's host or creator.
Yet Ethan
spread love and goodwill instead of passing judgment. What's truly needed is a much better platform supporting mental health awareness throughout the world. Please build up your online community with kindnesses instead of recklessly breaking each other down. That's fair. I mean, read the rest. So here's my thing, right? When it comes to the Keemstar Etika thing, I do think that to an extent Keemstar is responsible for being a grown-ass man and not being able to identify that Etika had like a mental health condition that he should have been aware of, and she should have spoken more carefully and never suggested that the guy, you know, jump off a cliff or a bridge or whatever it was, right? I do believe that. I think that it was irresponsible. I don't think that you in good conscience though could say that like Keemstar wanted that to happen. I think that would be really disingenuous. I also feel like Ethan doesn't care about Etika, and he kind of just says it as a way to take a shot at Keemstar. Because every time he talks about it, he talks about it in a way that like Keemstar is like a real piece of shit, blah 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 blah. It doesn't like I feel like what I just said was like a fairly reasonable perspective. So I don't know.
Up despite Etika's family specifically stating that they did not want Etika's death being used as leverage in an online fight, and have said that multiple times.
Hassan couldn't even pronounce it right. Well, you guys have to understand, Hassan's first language isn't English, okay? You gotta give him a break.
To no avail.
Even think of that.
But that's what he does, though. Isn't that, like, literally what he did? He, like, goaded Etika into like, you know, really horrible things that happened to Etika. Like, he did that. Like, he was trying to desperately create content.
Etika was in the midst of a complete...
That's completely inaccurate. I watched the conversation with Etika from Keemstar. What seems to happen is that Etika went on, and Etika was trying to get under Keemstar's nerves. He was saying, or maybe he was saying like some stuff. I remember it just being like it was something that like would irritate somebody, and then I think Keemstar got offended, and then he started going in on Etika a little bit, and he's like, "Well, if you don't think that anything's real, why don't you just jump off a bridge?" And that's kind of what led to that. That sounds more like I don't think Keemstar ever wanted it to happen. I mean, that's just this is what I'm talking about. Like, you'd have to be fucking mentally deficient to think that Keemstar actually wanted Etika to die. I mean, Jesus Christ. Yeah, he kept saying we live in a matrix, and yeah.
Mental breakdown, like a bipolar psychosis.
I mean, some could say that Ethan Klein did the same when his unfounded allegations pushed a man to have suicidal thoughts in which they've admitted and possible attempts. And these things still seem to be a demon for Patrice Wilson even today, and yet Ethan Klein has done nothing.
True.
And you can all hate Keemstar, that's fine. I'm not here to change your mind. I really don't care to. But at least when it came to the wrongful accusation of The allegations, Keemstar at least attempted to make it right and made a standalone video and apologized.
He didn't do anything wrong. And because of me, he was harassed. I immediately took down the video and I immediately uploaded a video to Twitter telling everyone that we got this story wrong and that we've taken the video and that the guy that works for me is no longer working for me. And any damages that we've caused this guy, Tony, that we are going to take care of.
What, did you fire yourself, Keemstar?
Once a person is put on trial, the presenting case in the prosecution carries emotional weight. Jurors are given a graphic depiction of the horrendous abuse perpetuated by somebody who is in a position of power. In their opening statements to the courts, the prosecution often lists lurid details of a catalogue of abuse, which it is claimed that the defendant committed. This creates a highly charged, prejudicial and emotional atmosphere that causes the jury considerable confusion and anxiety. That quote is by Jensen & Jensen. The reality in all too many cases is that by the time the prosecution opening has been completed, both the judge and the jury have been swept up in a current of prejudice that is so powerful that they are swept together towards a guilty verdict without being able to properly assess the evidence and the information that's being presented to them. In the case of Patrice Wilson, there was no evidence to show that he was harmful to children in any way. Yet the narrative still remains that he...
Yeah, but Paige, you don't understand. Ethan said so. That's all we need to know. We don't need proof. That's ridiculous. I can't believe you make this video not understanding that. What the fuck? Do you not get it? You don't get it? We don't need proof.
Is the monster. What I see is a man who simply wanted to create art. Whether that art was stupid or tone deaf or silly, he still just wanted to create. Even when presented with his God-given talent in track and field, he still chose art, and that was taken.
Is that true? Ethan never brought up Keemstar's interview with Etika until he went after him in the content nuke. Interesting. So he like, are you just being a sussy baka, or is that like a real thing? He never talked about Etika at all until it came to the Keemstar thing, because that is certainly something
from him. And now his current creations are the personalities he's created to protect himself and to shield himself whilst he's battling with his spiritual and emotional and mental health. The frequent reporting of the high-profile offenders within the media and the public's revulsion towards child abuse and rape has created this kind of hypervigilance. And whilst this may assist in protecting vulnerable children, it's also encouraged excessive suspicion and retaliatory instincts in the public's reaction to those complaints. Once it is accepted that child abuse and assault is an endemic within society, the confirmation bias makes it likely that most of those reported to be offenders will be presumed guilty. The reality is, in the court of public opinion, Patrice Wilson is guilty of being a pedophile, a rapist, a trafficker, amongst a plethora of other allegations, all while having no victims, and the majority of tweens it is that he worked with took their experience with Patrice Wilson as exactly that, an experience. Ethan's words cut like shards of glass as the innocent cup falls to the ground, and at the point of that smash, the cup was overflowing. We are told from birth that broken glass hurts. Yet, despite this, 11 years since the release of Friday, and 8, nearly 9 years since Ethan's racially charged, jovial remarks, Patrice Wilson remains broken.
Wow.
Oh my god, this video is possibly one of the most nerve-wracking videos that I've had for a while, only because I kind of feel like, I mean, Ethan's got a hell of a lot of fans, and a lot of them already hate me, so I guess I'm going to go in hiding for about a week, so you probably won't see me anywhere. So, Witness Protection Program, I am in it, see you later. But with that,
I wonder what the reception was in the comments.
being said, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and were able to see possibly a different perspective to the whole situation that took place with Patrice Wilson, because even like as recent as 2020, I've been finding videos of people basically calling this man all of the names under the sun with literally like little to no proof at all. Well, no proof, in fact, no proof at all. Me and my researcher, we actually did in fact reach out to Patrice Wilson to see if we could, you know, get some more insight.
Who's your researcher, huh? Your husband? That's a real question I posed as a facetious question. So, who are you married to? Your husband? You know what I mean? That was the... the energy
directly from him. However, he didn't respond. Hopefully after this video, maybe he'll possibly respond, and if he does, I would 100% be open to speaking to him and getting his side of the story, one that I definitely feel deserves to be told. Also, the song at the beginning of today's video is one of Patrice's songs from one of his many live streams, where he sings about, you know, being broken down and getting back up, when he actually had the strength to get back up.
Watching.
I also want to give a massive thank you and a shout out to my researcher. Girl, you did the damn thing once again. But also, as this channel grows, as this channel is getting bigger, we now need more researchers at this very moment. So if any of you guys would like to become a researcher for me, it is paid work, and I do provide.
Wait, hold on.
The channel is getting bigger. We now need more researchers.
I don't even know what she said. That was a really good freeze frame. Hold on. Nice. You like that picture, Paige? Let me see. I just want to see your reaction to it. All right, let's finish this video.
Should you move on, please do not hesitate to contact me. All of the details for that will be in the description box down below. I also just wanted to say a massive thank
Patrice
you
is
to
her husband?
the family,
Oh, I didn't even know that.
To the Twitch family, to the YouTube members family, as well as the Patreon family. I know you guys are sick to death of me when it's come to this video, but I really appreciate all of you and all of your inputs and insights, and I love the fact that we can come up with video ideas together. Don't worry, your requests are in a list and we're going to get to them, okay? With that being said, if you liked today's video, please do not forget to slap a like on the video, as well as leaving a comment in the comment section down below. And you know, let's keep it cute, let's keep it respectful, let's keep it clean. And with that being said, I hope that you guys have an amazing day or evening, whatever the hell it is that you guys are doing. And until next time, girl, I am so tired. It's been Paige. Bye.
Very pogger. Very pogger.
Or evening, whatever the hell it is that you guys are doing. And until next time.
Let's see what Paige thought of my video. I can't even see how. Hey, did you like it? And then I'm just listening to myself talk because it's so overwhelming. All right, very cool. I like that video. It was really good, actually. Thank you so much for watching, guys. And another special shout out to all my Patreon and Twitch subs. If you'd like to support this channel further than you already have by just watching the video alone, go down to the links below where you can sub on my Patreon, which will allow you to get your name on this beautiful black wall. Or you can go to the Twitch page and you can actually use a free Amazon Prime sub, if you have Amazon Prime, to subscribe. Thank you very much, guys. Take care.